So, you know what the most expensive iPad you can buy costs? Well, according to Apple's website, $2,300, which is a 2022 M2 iPad Pro with 2 terabytes of storage. But that's not going to be the top iPad for long, at least with that configuration. This is the rumored OLED iPad Pro. Let's talk about it. Right, so it is rumored that Apple is going to be releasing a new top-tier iPad Pro with an OLED screen as compared to Mini LED in the current versions, meaning it will sport a pretty screen at a much heftier price. The current iPad Pro starts at $800 for the 11-inch version and $1,100 for the 12.9-incher, which are already really expensive for tablets, especially since iPad OS can be quite limiting for professionals. But you'll want to hear this. The OLED iPad Pros will start at $1,500 for the 11-inch version and $1,800 for the 0.1-inch larger 13-inch one. That's quite expensive. My gosh, Apple. But in terms of the screen technology, it isn't, in my opinion, that much of a difference compared to the Mini LED found in the current M2 iPad Pros. For context, Mini LED is the screen technology that is considered to be the competitor for OLED. Mini LED uses multiple lighting zones throughout the display, which results in impressively high brightness levels as seen in the M2 iPad Pros, which are immaculately bright, and overall don't receive too many complaints from iPad Pro users. More on that in a minute though. However, OLED doesn't use those lighting zones. Instead, each LED inside of the display lights up on its own, which means you can get some extremely precise imagery with parts of the lighting not blooming or overflowing on other parts of the image, like with Mini LED. Mini LED is known for a bit more of that blooming effect because of its lighting zones. Therefore, although it can be much brighter than OLED, Mini LED can have a bit more distortion for enthusiasts. On the other hand, OLED is extremely accurate with not as high peak brightness. But for the most part, it really depends on the user's eye. How keen are you at finding those differences? For most people, the difference probably isn't that noticeable, especially not $1,500 noticeable or 2 times the price of the current 11-inch iPad Pro. Which leads back to my thoughts of this iPad Pro. Who is it really for? Well, after reading a little bit about people's criticisms of the current iPad Pro, some people have had some negative experiences with the blooming effect of this tablet, namely at night when they're working or watching movies, which has resulted in some returns, so Apple does have a problem to solve for some of its users. Moreover, a much more accurate screen would be appreciated by professionals who want the best of the best technology, that's for sure. But for typical consumers like you and me, I don't really think it's that necessary. Heck, even the regular iPad Pro can be a bit much for our demographic. iPads themselves are great tablets. I have an iPad Air and I will upgrade it when I need a new one. But $1,500 is a bit much for a tablet, especially if it's only for a better screen that most people won't find that big of a factor. But with that said, I really don't think that's all Apple will include with this tablet. There must be more features that it will add, right? So then here's a quick list of features that if the OLED iPad Pro does start at $1,500, I would guess would also be included with the tablet. Number 1, an even better processor. Like the M3 Pro or something like that whenever it is announced would make this device far more appealing. We already have the iPad Air, which sports the regular M chip, and the iPad Pros, which sport the newer M chips. So a better processor can definitely add value to this tablet and differentiate it from the lower tier options. And number 2, a much, and I mean much, better battery life. This is looking to be a very premium tablet, something only the super enthusiasts can afford, so a better battery life could be a great feature. And going along with the super enthusiasts, maybe a better chassis build as well, something like making it out of titanium. That'd be cool. We'll see. And lastly, macOS integration. Many iPad Pro users have been clamoring for more usability within iPad OS because the operating system can be quite limiting. So if this OLED iPad Pro were to be more of a 2-in-1 laptop, then even I'd consider buying one. Because then it isn't just a tablet, it's a bit of a laptop as well, and can have some very neat features integrated into it. But that's definitely wishful thinking for the last one, so we'll see what Apple has in store for this tablet, which is rumored to release next year, spring 2024, so the company will definitely have some time to develop this concept further, and for us to build up our bank accounts. And that was the leak rundown of the new OLED iPad Pro with a high price, but also hopefully some cool features too. So what do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway, my name is Cyrus. It's spelled like Cyrus, but not like See Rooster. Just take out the tear. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day. Peace.